I just finished the series finale of Beyond the Bar, episode 12. It's a wrap. It's GG's. There's no more episodes coming. Now, I want y'all to know, great episode up to the last 30 seconds. And my parents be watching these videos. So if y'all happen to be watching this by any chance, parents, skip ahead 30 seconds. I'm finna cuss, so y'all don't need to hear that. The last 30 seconds was bullshit. Like, she asked him, what is love? And they hit us with a fucking cliffhanger like this? There ain't shit to come after this. Watch this. She asked him, I still don't know what love means. What does love mean to you? And this is the answer. To me, love is... Cue the T's. This is the one time I hate to see this. Esquire. What the fuck you mean love is Esquire? And I know what y'all are gonna say. Well, love to each person means different things. That's cool. For the mistake, I get it. But I wanted to hear his answer. Because he's been in love before. I wanted to hear what he had to say specifically to her. Now, that's the only thing I didn't like about the episode was literally that. Everything else on this episode was fire. Let's touch on it. So before that BS moment, I really liked that she was talking about how Yulin taught her about love. And I never pieced this together, that each episode, at the end of every case, lies a common theme of loving something or someone. And they overhauled all the cases. Let me show you. Hey, Netflix, chill on me. So you got the case with the doctor who didn't save homie. It's because she loved the kid that homie had done foul. The case that just finished up where they weren't necessarily in love with each other, but they had a kid, so they had to stay married. Homegirl's sister who was done dirty by her husband, he apologized. The love of a spouse. Again, the love of spouses that he did. He did what his spouse asked, which was, her untimely demise. The love of a parent. It was so good. The love of just everybody involved, dog. It was so good. Every case had an underlying theme of love that we didn't know about, or maybe just me. It could just be me. I didn't think the common theme between all these different cases was gonna be love until she brought it up. This was the romance I was here for. He proposed, she said yes, thank God for that. Now, my only gripe here is that she met with his big sister already, who told her that the family wouldn't approve. They touched on it. He mentioned that after we get our family's blessings, let's get married. I wish we could kind of see that. I would very much like to see them go into each other's respective homes and get the blessings. Now, we know her mom's passed away. I don't remember what happened with her dad. I don't think her dad was part of her life. I could be wrong about that. But I would have loved to at least see her meet his family, the shock on all his siblings' faces and all of that. I think that would have been nice to see. But touching moment, he invited all his coworkers. Mr. Yoon is over there too. And congratulations to them. This was beautiful. His speech started off a little rocky because it wasn't his words, but he got it together at the end. Beautiful, touching scene. I didn't cry though. I feel like he's supposed to, I don't think there's any real villain in the show, but I feel like halfway through they tried to make him the villain, but it never really hit. So all their plotting and planning, this kind of fell flat for me because they was plotting and planning for like 6 episodes. And when they bring it up to him, he just says, oh, you know what? It's cool. Y'all don't even got to. I'm finna resign. I just ask that you take good care of the company, okay? So this part, for him to be the big bad they wanted us to believe he was, it kind of just fell flat for me. It didn't hit like I feel like they wanted it to hit. Now, this was a moment where I shed a little bit of a tear. This is the twin sister who is deaf. She learned how to read lips, and this was her first time meeting her parents. More specific, her dad was there, but more specifically, the mom. And the mom told her she felt bad this entire time. She even learned sign language just in case she ever did meet her. She would be able to converse with her. The twin says she's been happy, she is happy, and she's going to continue to be happy in the future. They cry, they hug it out. The dad is on the stairs just watching all of it happen. Like, this was genuinely a beautiful moment that I think the mom really needed. And I'm pretty sure Hyomin told her about it because she brought gifts for Cherry, which is the kitten she adopted. But yeah, this was such a beautiful moment. It did bring a tear to my eye just because the mom was carrying emotional baggage for 20 plus years. And just to see her get a little bit of that off, get that weight lifted, dog, that was beautiful, man. Beautiful. We find out he knows he's a shitty lawyer. He was just brought here low-key to be his conscience. They gave him a good amount of shares because they knew he already predicted he was going to become corrupt in the future, so he was the safeguard, and he's finally pulling the trigger. He was helping to get him ousted. This is low-key why he was okay with stepping down, but this is also a very nice moment where he was like, this isn't a discussion. I'm just telling you what's about to happen. But he did it very respectfully and letting him know, like, I finally understand why I'm in the position you put me in. Now, unfortunately, I can't be on your side because I got to do what you believed in me to do. This was cool. Now, just from a real world perspective, I really like the dynamic of the three of them, especially that they all live together, because in a lot of K-dramas, you see like everybody has these fancy 6-figure paying jobs. They're reputable. They're living alone, living lavish, have fancy cars and stuff. An attorney, honestly, I don't know what she does, but she's good with animals. I think she might be a vet. And a doctor. All three reputable, probably getting good money, but they're still living together, which just shows you like the price of living is sky high today. They all got reputable jobs and still got to live together. They can't afford to move out. But they also did mention that, and I never thought about this, your best friend is your second priority because the love of your life will be your first priority. And it's not to slight your best friend or anything. It's that when your first priority, when the love of your life is no longer the love of your life, when that priority slips, the person that's right behind, that's always going to be there to prop you up, is your second priority, your best friend, your sibling, your lifelong partner. You feel me? So a second priority has the most responsibility and is arguably the person you're going to trust all your life. And when she said it that way, I was like, dog, that's true. Cause I got my homie. That's my lifelong homie. No matter what happens, I know he would always have my back. Second priority for sure. And I'm his second priority because he's married with kids. So I'm definitely his second priority. But that's a good way of putting it and allowing people to understand. Okay, I'm happy. They did go on a date because the matchmaking company put them together, but nothing's coming of it. He's 11 years her senior. It's a mentor-mentee relationship at the end. Like they consoled each other on this date. I don't think they really established a romantic connection, but they consoled each other in life and what can go forward. So I'm glad that the show didn't force a connection between these two, because he literally made the rule of you can't date anybody that's underneath you at work. He made that rule. It would be hypocritical of him to be the one in the show to break that rule, right? So I'm glad they left this where it is. And let me tell you, this scene, these are real homies. This is when he told them that he's dating Miss Hale and he wants to propose to her, and he's like, what? But it's too soon. And even she's like, yeah, don't you feel like it's a little rushed? So even after having this conversation, clarifying that everything's happening super quick, they still ended up helping, because that's, at the end of the day, that's their homie. They're here to give advice, but whatever he decides, they were backing him 100%. And you can see later in the show, he went through with the proposal, a big fat yes. So they gave listening ears, sage advice, but at the end of the day, you help your homie when your homie needs help. This is a dope trio. In that same vein, this whole episode, I felt like ever since she became an official attorney, Hyo-min, these two, Mr. Yoon, they've been kind of doing their own thing without the other esquires. And I felt like, okay, since she got upgraded, they officially a clique, but she just gonna oust the esquires. They not gonna hang as a team anymore. I felt a little weird this early in the show, but then later on they're helping them with his proposal and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, they still cool. This is just a working team. That's all this was. This was just a work meeting to brainstorm. So again, I really like this show. This last episode took me by surprise, making me realize that at the core of each episode, this show wasn't just about attorneys doing their job, the jobs of lawyers. It was about love and how love affects every case. Watching it back, you realize every case, there's a theme of love involved somewhere within that case. Within each episode, there's love, discussing love, the different forms of love, how trying love can be the evolution of love. That took me by surprise and makes me appreciate this show all the more. The only downside is that, dog, just answer the fucking question. Damn, this pissed me off. This show is great. Excellent final episode. Bullshit cliffhanger of what love is. Answer the question, my dog. It won't break into my top 5, but I believe this will firmly break into my top 10. I would have to write down a list. I know for sure it ain't touching Queen of Tears, but this was an excellent show. I enjoyed every episode. There's just a few things that fell flat. You know, they should have had a family meeting with Hyo-min and the sister at the end. The wedding proposal should have met with the family. All of that stuff. But overall, I enjoyed this for what it was. Excellent ride. Now I got nothing to watch. I don't know what's next. Oh, this is the down part. This is the bad part. I don't know what to watch next, and it's going to leave a hole in my weekends. But how did y'all like Beyond the Bar season finale? Esquire.